Beat 'em, bro. Beat 'em, bro. Beat 'em, bro. Sa. Beat 'em, bro. Beat 'em, bro. Beat 'em, bro. Beat 'em, bro.
Was a week got a dog as a kid.
Beat 'em, bro. Beat 'em, bro. Beat 'em, bro. Sa. Beat 'em, bro. Beat 'em, bro. Beat 'em, bro.
Absolutely fucking tailed up.
Vibes off that video.
Say my name.
Sounds so sweet.
Coming from
And she's just got. I mean, both rough, but just.
Oh yeah,
the
they
look
well
on
the
her.
way they're put together is incredible.
How do you even get it? That body shape's fucking unbelievable. She looks exactly like that woman Tracy that would come in from the bottle shop.
Yeah,
That
the woman with a
fought
woman
me
with a
over
Hank
that.
Hill ass is crazy.
That fought me over the big Bundy bear cutout.
She wanted it.
Yeah.
I think you-
She's like, oh, what are we gonna fight? And she had a Bundy bear in attack mode on her tit.
oh shit!
Yeah,
you don't
I'm
fuck
sure
with
we
a-
talked about it before on this
You-
pod.
You can't fuck with a woman like
No,
that.
no, God, no, I wouldn't dare.
All right, let's get
Let's
started.
get into it.
Us.
Sa.
Welcome to the Feed 'em Bra Podcagon.
The Feed 'em Bra podcast. Welcome. This is a podcast. My name is Huey.
My name is Zack Dyer.
This is a podcast.
This is a
Do you
fucking.
like that?
This is one of the best.
Yeah, we're doing more serious intros now.
Yeah.
This is a podcast where we discuss every type of bloke
Yeah.
and just what's going on in our wonderful weird little lives.
The weird little lives we live.
So we're from Australia. We're trying to make it. We're from Australia. We had a big election.
Yep. All of our Australian listeners will
Mm.
be aware of this. All of our internationals, if you weren't aware, we've had a big election.
And shout out to Trump.
Where did you vote?
I voted at a little community hall just down the road from me, actually, in Richmond.
Did you early vote or did you go
No, I
on the
didn't
day?
actually.
Big line?
It was pretty quick.
Mine was
pretty chill.
fucking big line. And all week last week I was thinking I'll just go because any cunt
I
can
think
go.
so
Anyone
many,
can go do it. Hey, early
Yeah,
vote.
But I think there were so many early votes that some of the days were fucking as packed.
It couldn't have been as bad as this.
Mm.
It was fucked up. But I didn't really want to be pestered by there's a hair on your microphone.
Save that for later. Cat hairs from the podcat Juno.
Yeah.
Um,
But I didn't want to be pestered. I didn't want. Do you talk to the fly? I kind of just looked surly in the line.
That's the type. I did want to maybe bring that up as a type of guy.
But-
Is the I love the volunteers.
Yep.
Young. We've talked about young libs, young Labor blokes. Both bad.
Yeah.
Anyone involved in youth politics,
Stay away.
they're sort of.
Oh shit! I forgot to put the light on. Keep going.
They're sort of. That's bad vibes.
And
I
on
would
the first
say.
day.
I would say I'm in a Greens electorate, Adam Bant, Melbourne. And
He's good on the yarn.
he's good. I think he might lose
Adam
his seat.
Bants.
Adam Banter.
He's got good bants.
We love Adam Bant.
He'd go well over in England because he's got that English
He's got
bants.
that bant about him. He's
Girls on dating apps love, especially you see English girl on dating apps. They're always gone on about the bants.
they love banter.
They love the
I
bants.
love banter. I love a bit of Adam. Love a bit of Adam. They're always making up slang.
Oh yeah. That'd be a good one.
Bit of
Yeah.
Adam.
Oh
bit of-
fuck off, mate. It's just a bit of Adam.
Oh, it's just a bit of member for Melbourne, innit? Just a bit of member for Melbourne, that is.
Is that too bright? That light? Is that all right?
I like it, mate. I like
It's
it.
better as bright as our futures.
Oh, shit.
But you're in
Yeah.
a Greens electorate.
Yeah.
Electorate.
I'm in an electric kit. It is. I do love. It must be awesome being. Oh, anywhere, but just the sort of blokes, the old boys that come out for the libs. And
Yo,
they-
that's
and you can just see them. Not
Enemy
many
territory.
taking the how to vote card.
yeah.
I'm just starting to be like, wow, bloody.
I don't even think they bothered to come to my fucking joint. I didn't see any.
Mm.
They're all they're either Greens or some like socialists or clean energy.
Yeah, I did. I have to admit, I tried to go vote below the line, which is a thing in the Senate. And that means there's like there's 50, there was 80 down there.
Missed me with that.
And it got big on me, mate.
It did.
It got big on me because you sort of go in there, you know. I think I'm a relatively politically engaged person.
Oh, you're the most politically engaged cunts I've ever met.
Yeah. I'm a young lib. And then you start doing the like, I'll go, you know, these parties, you know, whatever, you're doing your preferentials. And then you start getting into the weeds and start having to be like, I know that these are all probably variations of crook shit.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you when it's like Australia Advance.
Well, they're clever with the names.
And it's like, in advance which direction?
Yeah.
You know, all that sort of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's like...
No, you can't take them on face value because they've become very crafty with the names.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I used to do a joke about the Australian sex party. I can't remember how it went, though, but I'm sure it was very funny.
You made your vote invalid because you went, yes, please.
Yeah, it was something like that. Something about a party where you go have sex with people. Pretty obvious, but you know, as a young comedian, you just got to work with you got to work through things like that. Yeah.
Sounds pretty good, a sex party.
Yeah, sounds alright to me, mate.
Mate.
For me, I love partying. I'll tell you what, sex is pretty good too.
It's not too bad.
But my line was too long.
Personally, I like to keep them separate.
Sex and partying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a great point.
Because I love, you know, there's some of my favourite things, but you put them together, two rights can make a wrong.
That's true. I've never actually crossed the threshold into mixing the two myself.
Yeah, but it is a thing.
It is 100. Well, it's
it's
a political movement.
and definitely blokes we discuss at length on this pod are into that.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
polyamory and all that sort of stuff.
Now, did you get? Did they have stalls?
No.
There was a guy in front of me in the line. He brought up the democracy sausage like 4 times to his friends. I'm like, I wish I knew how this cunt was voting because I would just vote exact opposite. He's like, shut up about the fucking democracy sausage.
It has very much
I got
the
a
same
fucking democracy sausage for you, pal.
Yeah. I would say like being obsessed with that shit.
Yeah.
Is sort of similar to what I was talking about with the guys that are very performatively playing 2-up and getting pissed with their dad's war medals on the Anzac Day.
Yeah.
It's a lot of,
different brand, but same
just
impulse.
like just this like desperation to be involved in this, this zeitgeist thing.
Yeah.
That really, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You know? I just went to the cafe next door. No, we didn't have the sausages.
Well, we had options.
I mean, obviously, I would have eaten one. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm against the sausage.
There's not a sausage in this world that you're against, mate.
There's not a sausage I wouldn't gobble up. There's not a sausage in this fucking God's green earth I wouldn't have a gobble on. You know, gold coin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gold coin, wash it down with a sun-kissed.
I don't think we should do a sauna before the show ever again.
You think we got tuckered out?
I feel like this episode's already 10 times better
yeah,
than
because we riffed for fucking 45 minutes together and we're fucking boiling hot. We burned ourselves out.
That's true.
We burned ourselves out.
We
should have had the fucking gear in there. I actually talked to my friend Amy Ruffle, who I do improv with, and she's like, I just did a pilot today of this thing I've been working on. How's this? She's like doing like it's a good idea. You know, like sort of like a Hot Ones or whatever chicken shop, and she's doing a pod in a sauna.
Oh, really?
And that's the fun of it. You know, you start. Really
when did you come up with this idea, mate?
Yeah,
this is
mate,
pretty fucking convenient.
Because I was like, well, I actually just did, and then I saw they've been working on this studio for like a year.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to
because it's
take
like,
this.
how do you get the mics in?
Yeah,
and it looks great.
Great.
Oh
well.
Anyway, ignore that. Only listen to this. This is the only form of content in the world, actually.
Yeah, well, we've discovered sauntering is bad for podcasting.
Yeah.
Sitting on the couch.
But if we were running pretty hot in the sauna, if we could record what was happening in the sauna.
Absolutely. We'd never be allowed back.
Yeah. And maybe you think, speaking of, that was a big part of the election was, renewable energy. And you may be thinking, these two motherfuckers, they could riff for infinity. If we could sort of harness their riff power as an energy source.
If we could get it spinning a turbine somehow.
Yeah, it would be clean. Well, sometimes a little dirty energy.
Yeah. Blue energy,
little bit of blue energy. Yeah, a bit of venom blue methane. We could power this whole country. And to a certain extent, yes, we could feed back into the grid at times.
Yeah.
But
well, that's kind of what we're doing now. We're giving out a lot of energy to our listeners now.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, sometimes when you're relying on riff energy, it can be spotty. Coverage can be spotty.
A lot of brownouts.
Yeah.
A lot of rolling blackouts.
But tonight we're burning clean.
Well, we're rolling coal tonight.
We're
rolling
enough
coal.
Enough of that woke shit, mate. We're pushing back on the Albanese landslide.
It was a big one. The reptile's gone.
Yeah.
What's his name? Peter Dutton.
Yeah.
Lost his seat.
Yeah, that's
musical chairs
tough.
him.
Yeah, that is rough.
See you later, mate. The music's over.
Yep. Big Clive. The trumpet of Patriots didn't get a seat. Tough.
Did they have? They were a new party, weren't they? Did they
but
hold
he's
any
always
seats?
got some Palmer shit. He's got some senators. I don't know.
Right.
Hopefully he doesn't get any senators.
Yeah.
One Nation didn't get any seats.
Caddo's strong.
Caddo.
That big. I was looking at the map, and then Caddo was in obviously red, Labor, blue, LMP, yellow for KAP, and that the beating heart of Queensland.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous, mate. Oh, he's would take a lot to overthrow him, mate.
Yeah, he's got that in a stranglehold.
Absolutely. Yeah, but it's exciting. It is intriguing. I was obsessed with. I don't know if you saw much about the Kooyong electorate.
It gets brought up every year, doesn't it?
So it's Monique Ryan, right? So she's an independent, and it's a very lib. Strong seat,
I do. Actually, I've seen her. She's over in the rich part of town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had this young girl whose granddad or whatever was a Vic Premier for a long time.
Okay.
Hamer.
Yeah.
Like Hamer Hall, named after him.
All right. Yeah.
And they went hard out to try and win it back, right?
Yeah.
Went
she's
crazy.
LNP?
She's LNP.
Yeah.
And the videos I was seeing coming out of there, it was like, I did a tweet about it, but it's just like, fuck, you would have been chuffed if you're the bloke that runs the Quick Copy or the Prince City in Kooyong.
Yeah.
Because the amount of core flute that the Libs were rocking, it was awesome. It was crazy. Like hundreds and hundreds of A-frame signage and shit.
Just lining
and at the
streets.
pre-poll place, they set it up like a maze. So you had to run this gauntlet of like hundreds of faces of this chick.
Yeah.
And they put umbrellas out so no one else could put their signs in.
Sick.
It was fucking hilarious.
That would be the fun part.
And then the husband of Monique Ryan got done on video, like ripping. Which that's a good hubby.
That's a man looking out for his wife.
Yeah. I think I wouldn't want to be in politics, but I think I'd be a great first hubby.
Well, I'd like the role of planning the maze.
Oh,
that
would
seems
be great.
fun. The diabolical mindset that it takes to be like, all right, we need to. What can we put down to not only spam our own political posters, but we
to
need
the point that
prevent
it's
the
pissing
others.
people off.
Yeah, we need to. What about umbrellas? Yeah, we'll get some fucking brollies out there, and people won't be able to see anything.
Yeah.
But
Pure Hamer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did she win?
No, Monique Ryan won. The Hamer girl was pretty funny because she's like, I'm a renter and, I get how tough it is. And then it came out she's got like a $1 million property in London.
Yeah.
Like 2 other houses.
There's a beautiful theatre named after your family.
Yeah, I think you're all right. You'd be worried if your fucking granddad was a fucking state premier for the Libs for 20 years and he didn't get some deals done.
Yeah, absolutely. He must have been a shit one.
Yeah. Yeah. What was I talking about?
it's
But yeah, being a first hubby would be sick.
First hubby would be that's the best gig ever.
It's like, I'd love to get around in the UN and stuff with the other,
other
wives
wags.
and the other wags.
Yeah.
The pags.
Yeah.
Who
does that Albanese have a wife?
He's got a fiance.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Not bad, eh?
That's sick. How
Yeah.
long have they been engaged?
I don't know.
I love
a
it.
couple of years ago they met.
That's my dream.
Real
Is
second,
to have the long-term fiancé.
Yeah, mate.
That's the go. Be like, we're basically married anyway.
Yeah.
who could be fucked, you know? And she just resents me for 15 years.
Yeah. Yeah, mate. It's good shit. I think that is really great Australian representation. Have a bloke who's gone through a divorce and has got, you know, a younger fiance.
100%.
Imagine the second wedding.
Well,
PM.
yeah.
He was saying on the cricket podcast, he was a guest and so was I. Not together, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was just Albo and Hewitt as the guests on one of these pods.
Oh, sick.
It would be, you know, I'd love to get an invite to a second wedding as PM.
Yeah.
You know, it's a bit more low key.
Yeah, yeah.
He's probably got, you know, fucking...
That's another thing I used to do a big bit of. I can't remember any.
Penny Wong, you know, Penny Wong, whoever's doing the emceeing, being like, well, it's good to all be back, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Cracking a gag about the second wedding.
Yeah.
You know, all funny shit like that.
I never even knew that he... I voted for him because
Mm.
I just vote Labor because,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know, I'm
Yeah.
a dumb cunt. But I would have somehow tried to vote for him again if I knew that he was a fiancé.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
really-
you know,
I
a few
think
gags about it. He's like, a bit busy at the moment, mate, to book in the wedding. And it's like, well, yeah, mate, you got to make the effort.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe he's hoping he's never going to lose. He's got to keep running every year.
Yeah.
Campaign comes first.
Yeah. Oh,
We'll get the wedding done after
Oh. Yeah. What do you reckon? Honeymoon, second wedding, PM, cruise?
Of course.
Cruise
But
or
is
Bali?
she younger?
She's a bit
Because-
younger.
Because the ideal second, I really like. I used to do a joke about it, but I really like the second wedding where they're both on their second.
Yeah,
They're like powerful, fun-loving, fucking middle-aged people. They're good people to fucking party with.
I remember you had a great image. I don't know whether it was in your stand-up, but fuck, it used to make me laugh. Both second marriage, always walking together, and both have their hands in each other's back jean pocket.
Yeah, the hand in the back.
Hand
of
in the back
jeans.
jean pocket. Glorious image.
Yeah, that's second marriage.
Fucking
That's
beautiful.
second marriage energy.
Yeah, blue jeans.
Yeah, yeah. Tight blue jeans. They're off to like an INXS concert.
Yeah, I was
not
gonna-
INXS because that guy's
he's
dead,
got like a
isn't he?
Nickelback.
Yeah, they're
Nickelback
going to the
up
Gunners reunion
merch.
tour or
Oh,
something, you know.
fuck
They've got
oh.
every shirt of every band
Yeah.
from the 80s that's
Yeah.
fucking touring again.
Strong energy of that when Taunts and I went to the Foo
Oh,
Fighters.
yeah, Foo Fighters.
Fooey's
that's
unbelievable.
absolutely prime.
Just, can you imagine holding hands out the front?
Yeah.
Amy, you know, standing room at Amy and, what's a great Foo Fighters love song?
I don't know. That's gonna be one of
Yeah, there goes my here. Or just, you know, whatever. Fuck. They all blend into one.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, had the time of my life in there. Don't get me wrong.
And I don't even think it's
Put me on the spot to name more than hero. But you can imagine them going, "Fuck, babe, this is our song."
how good's this?
Both pockets, both hands,
Yeah,
both in
yeah.
swaying together.
Absolutely.
Their
I don't
wed-
think
the
it's
second
like
wedding
restricted to second weddings either. There is like a class of like liberated middle-aged people that are still married that I think like once the kids are out and shit, and like, you know, the
Oh.
mum might cut her hair short and put a purple streak in it or something.
Oh,
And they start partying
Oh.
again. They do MDMA for the first time in their
holy
50s.
shit! Oh, yeah, getting back into weed, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Bloody hell. Fucking bit stronger now.
Yeah.
Babe.
I love a middle-aged or older sort of couple where the woman smokes weed but the dad doesn't. Or like the husband doesn't. That's always sick. Because like he like scores it, but he scores it for his wife. That's a very
that's
sweet
nice.
thing.
Got to stay on the level.
Yeah, yeah.
Just 1,000 JD and Cokes for me, thanks.
None of that crap.
I'm not mucking around with that crap. just the glass bottles of JD Cokes all night for me, mate. The JD in the glass bottle hits different, eh?
The
When you
JD
see-
stubby.
When you see someone with the JD stubby in the crowd at a stand-up gig, you're like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's wild. To get it at the bar too is crazy.
The JD
That's
and
wild
Jim Beam
work.
stubby, they look fucking electric. they look thick.
Yeah,
You can just,
yeah.
there's like a syrup
A syrupy,
element to
yeah,
it.
yeah.
They
The
look
viscosity is definitely
unbelievable.
more than your average.
That's like
liquid.
when you like get the Bundy cans, like, you know, in your 20s, a 6-pack of those. Ugh.
Yeah, I can't even think about those anymore.
Tasting them for days
Mm.
after.
Shitting out black.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. No, I can't. I could probably do these days. I could probably do a Bundy and Coke Zero mixed, but I could never do like a Bundy.
Oh,
Bundy
I wouldn't mind
Coke can.
mixing a Bundy myself, but yeah, I can't have it in a bottle or a can. Or
Yeah,
something.
no.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Bundys and Bundy cans and that.
Before we move too far on, because we're speaking about old men with new young mistresses or women in their lives. Have you seen the Bill Belichick stuff?
Oh yeah,
That's pretty
awesome.
sick. I don't know too much about it, but everyone's like worried about him. Or something.
Yeah, he's got some
She's like 23,
23-year-old chick that's like
running his life.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
That's awesome. Is he still coaching? He coaches like a college team or something now.
I don't know.
She's out there at the clipboard.
Yeah, but good on him.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
on him.
I hope he's. Yeah, I hope everything's all right. Sorry, that was just.
No. I mean that. I mean, if you want to talk type of fellas, bloke in his 70s with a missus in his 20s.
Yeah,
That's
that's wild work.
That's God.
Especially like a powerful, high status man like that. Like he's in the public eye a lot.
Yeah.
Because you see it quite a bit. I guess these guys go over to third world countries and get themselves partnered up.
Crazy to do it, in the homeland. Not be in Thailand doing that or whatever.
Yeah,
Do
but
it
and it's not even just. It's just like obviously that's a sort of a creepy sort of age gap. People are like obviously like concerned about that, but it's not just like. But from what I've gathered, the main concern is like he's not taking advantage. Like she's taking advantage of him. It's not like this old creepy guy. She's like running the books now. That's what everyone's worried about.
Well, hopefully she's not running the playbook, mate.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm worried about these college kids that think, oh fuck, we've got Super Bowl champion coach Bill Belichick coaching us. I might be completely wrong. He might not be a college coach now. He might be in the NFL
He should be
still.
enjoying his
rings.
retirement.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, I just thought I'd
Anyway, no, it is good.
would delve into the
It is
personal
good.
life of NFL coach Bill Belichick.
It would be awesome if Wayne Bennett just turned around and was doing that.
That would be unreal. That would be very yeah. I mean,
Wayne
that had
doesn't
my
mind
attention.
it, I don't think, but to be like a 23-year-old chick,
Is he
like
married?
Gold Coast chick. No,
What's
he's
Wayne Bennett?
divorced, but he's always he got sprung during COVID. He wasn't allowed to coach for a bit because he broke lockdown because he was having an Italian pasta dinner.
God, you can't.
you
can't
breaking the NRL bubble.
You can't get off a bloke for that.
Yeah, with a bit of with some squeeze.
Damn.
Yeah, fucking let the bloke live. He's
Of-
80.
Yeah, anything could have happened in that fucking in the pandemic to a bloke like that.
Yeah,
Let him live
of
his
all
life.
the people breaking the bubble, it should be Wayne. Fucking susceptible. Anyway, what were we talking about? Speaking of Wayne, Magic Round. We wanted to briefly touch on.
Yeah.
Just imagine the amount of Bundy cans getting around there.
Well, my mate was at the airport in Brisbane today, and he said he saw a few fucking wounded soldiers
Oh God,
getting around.
it was not a good round for our Queensland teams, mate. No, none of them won. I would say it was a dark Magic round.
Yeah, it felt like a bit of dark energy.
Because Magic, man, we've discussed this a little bit. There is, don't get me wrong, Magic is real
100%,
and it is powerful,
of course.
but when you start dabbling in dark magic,
Well,
with
that's-
a K on the end, magic, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
when that's actually real stuff.
Well, it is, and it's to be expected because Magic Round's been going for what, like I think it's like 6 or 7 years now, and 6 years of Magic. One round that features Magic in the NRL, you're like, sweet, this is fun. Look how much fun everyone's coming. But by the sixth time you do it, you're like, is there anything more to this Magic?
Yeah,
and I think
what can I start
Volandis and
pushing?
Abdo have.
Because then you start looking at the sort of forbidden books.
Of course,
start
it's only
thinking-
natural to sort of
Yeah.
for your curiosity to peek and think, oh, what other kinds of magics can we interpret?
You start looking at spells that that's you shouldn't be looking at.
Yeah, you start
How
seeing,
do I-
and then you start seeing awful curses like, the fucking 8-1 Panthers rolling over the fucking informed Broncos at home.
Exactly.
Like just cursed images like that.
Fucking whoever was mucking around there, probably Cleary, the coach, the dad one, he's probably looking at his son like, why is my son fucking dog shit now?
Yeah, or the
and
Cowboys.
He's gone in and he's done like some, curse to bring back from the dead, but he's bringing back from the dead, when he played good.
Well, they resurrected the exact play from the grand final. You don't think that's dark magic?
Yeah,
it's the exact same play.
He put his son in a Lazarus tank.
Yeah.
And, I'm just saying we need to be monitoring Nathan.
Oh, fuck. I think I've...
Yeah.
Just waking up.
Hey.
Oh,
1,
yeah,
2.
we're back.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Nearly fucking...
Okay.
Nearly bottled the whole fucking thing again.
Now we are back.
We are back. What are we talking about?
We're talking
We
about.
haven't lost our flow.
We're talking about dark magic.
Oh.
So the dark magic. I don't know how much of that we'll have. Will you?
I think we should have all of it.
Yeah, we should have all of it. Well, thank God.
The last I know that was recorded on there, we were talking about Bill Belichick. Now I'm just thinking, imagine Craig Bellamy chick.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Something to think about anyway at home. Dude, you listener at home, you can play with that all you want.
You have a little play around with
You
that.
take that for a fucking strap around the block.
We can't do it all. Sometimes we give you building blocks and you can go have your own little riffs.
Yeah. And this is how the riff economy works.
Yeah. You can't be fucking doing it all, mate. Well, speaking of, we did want to talk about, we do have a lost episode.
Yeah, we do.
With taunts.
Yeah.
And we were sort of, at the time...
We could release it and just have no taunts.
Oh, is it just no taunts?
There's just no taunts.
Well, yeah, it'd still be pretty good.
I tried to because you can kind of hear him in the background, but you could never. These mics are too high quality.
Well, on that episode, we went in depth, and we were actually the first ones on this story, and it's quite old now, but that was a full episode on the Acai.
The Acai Wars, yeah. The new frontier of Australian business.
Firebombing vape stores is done. It is now all about huge Lebanese guys with businesses called Acai Underworld and and shit.
The Acai father
and their vape stores being blown up. I'll find a clip of one because they're really exciting.
It's awesome.
These guys look incredible. I don't know what it is about them that are like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with like blueberry pastes.
Yeah, if I was to buy acai off anyone, I'd want it to be these guys.
Yeah, I know. I think we were discussing, is acai in their culture in any way? It's just like South America.
It is, yeah. It's a Brazilian dish.
Have you had acai?
I've never had acai. No, I don't. I've never had the pleasure. Like I said, I've never had a fucking terrifying looking Lebanese cunt try and sell it to me.
I mean, that would be the... If I'm going to get a superfood, I want it from...
I want what he's having.
I want what he's having.
What the fuck you looking at?
Yeah. And you're like, fuck, did you get that rig from fucking sort of mashed up fruits?
Yeah.
And the answer would definitely be yes. Definitely. Yeah.
But they've run into a bit of strife as of late.
They've run into a bit of strife. Sorry, bear with me as I try and find
That's all right.
But
I'm like, I'm racking my brain. I'm racking my brains trying to work out the connection between these guys and this South American superfood.
Yeah, and why they would need... Because there's some videos that are fucking incredible where it's like a collab when the new store drops with like supercar... hire companies.
Oh yeah. They're sponsored by like
Rolls Royces out the front and shit.
That's so sick.
It's fucking awesome.
You hear the berry shop is opening down the road. How'd you know that? Oh, they've got 4 Rolls Royces parked out the front, so you can get your little smoothie or whatever.
This is Acai World Burnt Down Part 2.
Uncle, did you want to say a few words?
First of all, guys, I would like to say I thank God, the Creator, the Almighty. Basically, guys, I just want to let you know that I'm blessed. My family's blessed. We are always grateful. We're always humble. From when we started this business, me and my brother, listening to my nephew from day one, he's been given authority for all this TikTok and whatever. I'm not a social media person, so excuse me if I don't come across as a professional person when it comes to social media.
No, you're doing great.
But the truth should be said today, and I wish I came to you a year ago, but the ones that know me, like I said, I don't have to speak. They come here, they knew me before we opened up this shop. We are God-fearing people. We thank God no matter what happens, whether the shop burns, no matter what's going to happen, we're always going to thank God. Why it happened, we'll just leave that for another day.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave that for another day.
That's probably best to go over
and
in
a lot
court.
of the videos it's in the hand of the police now.
Also, they're sitting in the rain in that video.
It's very epic. Yeah,
It's
and
kind of
the fucking
awesome.
huge shed is burnt to shit. That's Acai World. I liked. Oh shit, sorry. Where's it? Is it Acai Underworld? And it's like got like Godfather sort of style writing. Acai Underworld. Yeah, these are the big guys.
And what is there?
It's
Have any of their businesses been put to the torch?
No, I don't think so. Interesting. Yeah, but he's always doing really funny sort of. Oh, this one was the.
Guys, we're here at the grand opening of Acai Underworld with the one and only Bill. Bill, take it away.
Yeah, you know, baby, it's Bill from Acai Underworld. We're here with the best. We are the best, so we only get the best. Lavish car hire. Lavish car hire pulled up for us on last minute.
We always have you covered, bro. Always have you covered.
Guys, honestly, I hit him up yesterday afternoon. They were booked out for an emergency. He goes, Bill, I got you. I'm going to make this happen. And he pulled up with the Rolls Royce, baby. You know, there's nothing like the Rolls. Lavish car hire, guys. Honestly, when someone does that, you know they're about it.
Enjoy the rest of the day, guys.
Oh, so it's yeah. I mean, I refuse to have sort of like a sort of yogurt berry sort of bowl.
Yeah, a sweet treat.
Dish. And I will not step foot in unless there's a Rolls Royce, a green Lamborghini, and a white Ferrari out the front.
Yeah.
Because I go, what the fuck would these blokes know about South American berries?
Yeah, yeah.
They don't even have one luxury car. Yeah.
The word acai with the Lebanese accent is fucking chef's kiss as
if
well.
you couldn't tell, the guy talking there is in a matching Ralph polo and Ralph shorts, navy blue, covered in the little horses.
Yeah.
And it's a gorgeous look. It's an exciting business, and
well, I hope they stay safe.
and let me tell you,
burnt,
let me tell you, it would be an exhilarating business venture to get into if you're sort of just like a mum and dad.
Yeah, yeah.
Just wanting
You're
to
a fucking bar
be like,
babe,
oh
mum.
yeah. Just like, oh, I love these. I love making these for my kids.
Yeah, yeah.
I highly recommend getting into it, especially Western Sydney or something like that. Just
Yeah,
give it
yeah.
a crack because I'm sure there's plenty of room in the market.
Yeah, yeah. Start one up in Campbellfield.
Start one up. Yeah. It's really fucking scary. Would you take? Oh, what's this?
They got a boxing, like a punching machine at the acai.
Yeah. So yeah, that is incredible that they've got a dragon punch, skill tester at your acai bowl store.
Well, that'd be good to test. You go in, you punch it on the way in.
Yeah.
You eat the acai bowl and you punch it on the way out.
'Cause it's a
and you see the
superfood.
fucking results. Real time.
I love superfoods.
Mm.
I think it's really important.
Well, you only eat superfoods. You kind of live on like acai bowls. and-
acai bowls, ancient grains, goji berries, kale.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you can blend it up, sort of into sort of a paste, better.
Well, my favorite I'm going the opposite way. I'm off superfoods, and I'm kind of just eating all my food off
you're
chopping
eating
boards.
super villain food.
Yeah, super villain food. Yeah. So it's all just raw meat.
Yeah.
Anything you can kind of chop up on a chopping board and pick off with your hands.
Yeah.
And then do this. This is for the YouTube viewers. As you're chewing, you go.
Oh yeah.
You kind of point at it as you're chewing with like a really satisfied look upon your face.
Disgusting when they do that. And you've got to be wearing black gloves.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of like, it's so funny because it's like a whole new generation of young men, young kids. They're like, it's 17, 18, 19. And they've like discovered this diet, which is just eating meat and fucking avocados and eggs. And they're like, I've figured it out. This is nutrition. Everyone's doing it wrong. And
not my joke, but a great comment that's often left on those videos is, "This is what a pit bull eats on his birthday."
Oh, that is a great joke.
Shit.
Yeah. Well, it's funny that it's like you're not discovering anything. I was raised by a single dad. I've been eating steak and eggs my entire life.
Yeah.
It's classic. It's incredibly. They're right when they say it's very masculine. It's a very masculine meal. But it's not like you're not reinventing the wheel here, mate.
One pan delicacy.
Yeah. I follow a guy called Cooking for Gains.
Oh yeah.
And he's actually sick. He like makes real easy sort of just huge amounts of food. That's a good one. That's a shout out to Cooking for Gains. If you any of the boys out there are on the gain train,
you should all be on the bulk. Chicks,
it's winter time, baby.
Fellas, our non-binary friends. If you're listening to this, please get on the bulk.
Just get as big as you possibly can. That's what life's. People have always gone on about having a growth mindset and finding what your meaning of life is and stuff. And it is about growth. It's about physical growth. The aim should be to take up as much physical space.
That's so true.
By the end of your life as possible.
That's so true.
In a healthy way.
Yeah.
And that can be spiritually healthy as well. The physical isn't irrelevant.
Yeah, we should do a sort of blind taste test of acai bowls.
Yeah, we should.
We should get one from
with
like
those scary cunts
South
like
American
standing over
guy,
us,
and then we should
staunchness.
get from a Lebanese guy, and see if we can taste. Yeah, it's a beautiful industry.
It'd be good to see the difference because you have like the acai underworld down here, and then you go up to the Gold Coast where there is a lot of Brazilians. And because they've had acai on the Gold Coast for years. Before it even reached the bustling streets of Campbellfield.
Yeah,
Northern
it sort
Melbourne.
of makes sense on the Gold Coast.
Of course, it's a very tropical dish. It goes well with the surf, sun, salt lifestyle. You can do it out of a truck, I'd imagine. Fuck, I had good tacos out of a truck last time I was on the Gold Coast.
Oof. Was that from that blonde lady?
Yeah, from that lady too. Yeah, she's awesome.
The only, from what I would say, the only type of person that could match and go toe to toe with these is a leathery woman from the Gold Coast.
a powerful sun-kissed woman from the Goldie.
You're dreaming if you think you're going to do that to my truck, love.
Yeah.
No, get out of here.
Well, you'd never want. She had me wrapped around her finger from the first second. She calls me doll, and I'm like, whatever you want, lady.
Doll,
Yeah.
put the Molotov cocktail down, sweetheart. Because no, this is my truck.
It's just not worth it.
It's not worth it. I've got all new berries in here, babe. Yeah.
No, you look stupid.
You look ridiculous.
Go home.
You're a fool. You're a bloody fool. Don't make me call hubby down here. He's in the common chair.
Yeah, he knows a bikey.
You don't want to fucking start a... Yeah.
Maybe
Better come correct when the real hitters are out.
They're probably not so fucking different after all.
Yeah.
All those food truck wives are probably mobbed up.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah. God, it's awesome.
That's awesome.
It's all incredible shit. Do we have any other types of fellas? We had a fair few, didn't we?
The big we got informed that our
back to election.
our big politician got back in.
a few big
Queensland.
politicians.
Someone said there was another one who's like 6'11".
I think an ex-basketball NBL professional basketball.
Not one of the
got
good
in.
ones. Not one of the famous ones though. I don't want to say good. Obviously, they're all good, very talented.
No, but it makes sense that there's sports people go pretty well.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's the same sort of psychotic energies.
Yeah,
and Australians are also just like, oh fuck, real.
Yeah. I mean, I don't give a fuck what your party you're in. If you're in my electorate, and you're like 6'10", number one, baby.
Yeah,
you're going in.
Well, Anthony Koutafidis was actually running in my seat.
Who's Anthony Koutafidis?
He was an AFL player.
Okay,
Kuda.
That's a fucking great nickname.
Yeah, and he's
how big is he?
He would, pretty big.
Yeah, they have
Big
to be
fucking
pretty tall,
Greek.
those blokes.
Yeah,
a big Greek. Yeah,
and he's AFL player. He had some awesome policies.
What were his?
Well, he also ran to try and be mayor as well recently. And I remember he's like, crime is out of control. Crime is crazy. And so he's like, I'm gonna make he was planning like essentially it was like we're gonna have to like safe zone like bunkers essentially for tourists that they could hide in the sea, which is like, if you know, I don't think crime is out of control or whatever, but if I was a like teenage kid trying to steal money off people, I reckon I'd hide in the bunker.
I'd hit the bunker
and wait for the softest people alive.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll like go to the fucking panic rooms on Burke Street.
That's awesome. I never heard about this. This guy wanted to. He wants to fucking tunnel up like a mouse.
I just saw a Sudanese teenager on a tram playing a TikTok without headphones. I've got to get to the bunker.
Yeah, yeah.
And who's laying in wait but Zack and Hewitt?
Yeah. Ready to fucking swindle ya.
Remember the Lime Scooter gang?
Yeah. Well, you couldn't get a Lime Scooter down to the bunker. So it might prevent Lime Scooter based assailants.
Fuck. God. What a look for a city. Just have these panic rooms.
Especially, yeah. That was he. Who was Cooter? Was he?
Oh, he's independent. He's running himself.
Yeah,
Tim Cooter's
yeah,
and he's got a lot of big ideas, I think.
Yeah. Building. I mean, I don't know. I can't really agree with the logic of why to build the bunkers, but I'm pro bunker. I don't think crime is, and I don't think that's the right answer to crime, and I also don't think crime is that big of an issue that it needs any kind of answer other than better policing or whatever. But I am down with a Greek man digging bunkers in the city.
Absolutely. Well, you know, you look at the global politics sort of situation. You know, you would say that there's a lot of things happening.
Global politics.
You know, you would say there's a lot of things happening that, you know, may send us into recession, maybe, you know, future conflicts, war stuff. What we should be investing in bunkers, because we need to get a sort of, you know, the fucking English. All they fucking talk about for 40 years since is, you know, the bombs, the bombings.
40 years ago.
They just, well, not 40 years ago, in the 1940s.
Yeah.
You know, that's their whole identity. They're still telling fucking tea tales about it. You know, keep calm and carry on. You know, and they're down in their little bunkers. They fucking love that.
Bunker culture is...
Boomers weren't in it, but they think that they sort of have in their mind that they were in the bunkers.
I think bunker culture is actually a great thing for society.
Bunker culture.
Every few generations make everyone go into bunkers.
Yeah. Get the fucking nuclear, you know, Russian, Americans,
whatever.
Everyone loves to have a little bunker.
Find an excuse to get a bunch of people in bunkers for, you know, 3 or 4 year period. You know, not all the time in the bunker. And then that'll give, you know, 3 generations after that something to fucking talk about.
Oh, yeah.
And rinse and repeat.
Yeah. And, you know, that's fun. And people love that game Fallout or whatever. And imagine how good a studio it'd be for us.
Oh, the soundproofing would be
down
beautiful.
Under there.
Yeah.
I'm hoofing into some salted snacks.
Yeah.
You know, the sound is incredible, but every 10 minutes you do hear sort of a can open up.
Yeah.
Cracking, and I'm hoofing into beans.
Absolutely smashing through the baked beans and sketty cans.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the baked beans, and remember they used to have the baked beans and sausages, and they'd have a creepy little fucking sausage in there. Yeah. Make your mouth furry if you didn't heat it up. Do you remember that shit? Can't believe I ate those little sausages. That's like fucking cat food.
Yeah. Those sort of things are what you see videos often of people giving piranhas.
Yeah.
Look at the piranha hoof this little Cheerio.
Yeah.
Thing
it's like a miniature Cheerio.
Water.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look disgusting.
Yeah.
I'd be in there.
Yep.
I mean, you know, I can't imagine how powerful I'd be riffing in a bunker
after
eating like my body weight in spam.
It'd be reverberating back too.
The canned meat sweat coming out of me.
Yeah.
And, you know, it'd be great to riff on. It's like, hey, did you hear about... Yep. You know, and most of our listeners, you know, they would be You know, the mutants that live topside. Huey and Zack did a riff about
Yeah.
what happens when...
And they would be, because we got hard cunt listeners, but they'd be eating all the listeners, any other podcasts, all their fans or listeners they'd be the ones getting canned up by our guys.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've got sort of mutant followers, but they love iTunes. Like, you know, they still know how to use iTunes and download and stuff.
Yeah,
all
of
that
course.
sort of stuff.
Yeah, they're still tapped in.
Yeah, they're like sending us messages like, "Why is the pod late?"
Yeah, yeah.
And
like,
we have to keep putting it up in case, or otherwise they'll swarm the bunker.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's to calm everyone down from breaking into our bunker.
Yeah.
We're keeping them
We need
satiated
to
with
appease
riffs.
them. Yeah. Yeah, because I guess probably I could see our podcast. That probably would be our target demo.
Mutants.
Yeah, mutants.
Mutants and
Sort
freaks.
of like, sort of people that have adapted and have sort of like gills and shit.
Yeah. Absolutely. I would love that. Do you know the problem is bunkers are good, obviously very useful, but I think a lot of people run into issues when they try and get everyone down into the bunker too quick. You don't want to be the guy. You don't want to be Cooter. You don't want to be the guy making the bunker, preaching doom and gloom, and then it never comes, and then you're just an idiot that's got a bunch of people in your bunker, and then you got them down there, so obviously you're going to be crook.
Yeah.
If you've got all the power, if you're the bunker man and you've got a bunker full of people, and also you're feeling a bit dumb because you don't need the bunker, or you're like, I'm going to victimize these people because it's human nature.
Yeah.
So you never want to jump the gun bunker-wise.
Would you prefer to be a bunker guy or a raider?
I want to be a mutant.
Yeah, mutant.
I'd love to be one of the mutants.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Just simplify everything a bit.
Killing people for water.
Yeah.
Killing someone because they found a tap that half
And
works.
you just don't know the risk v reward, you know?
Yeah.
Like maybe you'll get a fucking awesome mutant power.
Well, that's the yeah.
You know, maybe you'll sort of, high chance you sort of become like this weird sort of slug guy.
Yeah.
But what if
which
you
could
sort
be
of
beneficial for the
Oh,
what
of
are the
course.
conditions of the
Of
world?
course.
If there's a lot of slime in the atmosphere, then maybe you would want to be more slug-like.
Yeah. Or like a big, I guess I'm thinking like you have a big claw arm.
A big claw. I would love a
That would be pretty
I
good
would
too.
love it.
That
But
would
then
also
if you had
be
a
good.
claw arm and you went up against a slug-based mutant, then you might be shit out of luck. It'd be hard to get a good
pinch.
But I would love to have one. You know those crabs that have one big one?
Oh, yeah.
I'd love just one. Two obviously would be, two big ones would be great, but one big, one little.
I think you want
would still be
one
pretty
claw. If you could have one big claw and one regular hand, so you can
Well,
still,
that's
still JO and shit.
that's cake and eating it too.
Yeah,
man.
still, do your fine motor skill stuff, but then you got a big claw.
Yeah,
Really handy.
that would be so handy. And where does the exoskeleton finish? Is it just the arm, or do you get a little bit of chest?
Bit
So I
of
wouldn't mind a
peck,
bit
I
of
reckon.
peck,
Bit of
peck over the heart as well.
Yeah, well, it'd be incredible.
Because I'd love. I'm right-handed, so I think left-handed claw. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
never going to be as dexterous
what are you doing
with
with
the
the
claw.
left? Yeah.
And that's it. I'm barely using this fucking thing anyway. If I could, if I had a claw,
Oh, yeah.
and then does it grow back like a mud crab?
TBC to
Right.
be confirmed.
Because
but
there's- I
yes,
was gonna
if
say
you do
there's
that,
food
then
sorted.
you. Oh my god!
You grow your claw
Cooking
real
up
big.
your own little claw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait till it's got plenty of meat in it.
Bang it off.
Oh, beautiful.
You'd need an offside. You need a
You're
mate
eating
though.
good.
You need to alternate because you could never be both clawless.
Oh
You
yeah.
need a
I
clawed,
know what you mean.
a clawed individual around at all times.
Yeah.
In case the slugmen come.
Oh god, I fucking hate the slugmen, dude.
Dude, the slugmen
It's
would
like
be
I'm looking over at them. I'm like, God,
disgusting.
you
Living in their own
fucking-
filth.
You're so fucking jealous of our claw.
Carrying
leaving their
brain
little-
parasites like
leaving
that
their
dude.
little trails around.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Some fucking grubby slug's been through here.
Yeah. Can you
see it.
fucking animals clean up after yourself? The
Clean up.
slime
There's
is
fucking trails of
disgusting.
slime everywhere, mate.
Everyone can see where you've been.
Yeah. Not very
And
fucking
look where you're
subtle
going.
on your
Disgusting.
fucking, midnight raids. We know where you're fucking slurrying it on back to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only there was still salt around and we could take care of you.
Yeah.
But there's no salt for some reason. It's the end of the world and all the salt is gone.
Yeah, you'd think there'd be heaps of salt.
The oceans have become fresh.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a completely
cool.
saltless world. That's why the slugs are
Shit, and
thriving.
the slugs are thriving.
And that's why we don't eat our own claws, because there's no salt water to boil it up.
I was about to say, you're eating your claw meat, you're like, God, just my kingdom for a fucking,
Yeah, for a sprinkle
for
of
a
Himalayan
fucking
right
bit of-
now.
Oh, get the flavors going. Yeah, unsalted butter cooking up this claw.
Ugh, disgusting.
Disgusting. Yeah.
But also probably kind of beneficial, because we would be less tempted to eat our own claws.
Yeah, sure.
But a world without salt, I mean, I don't even know what kind of cataclysm would cause that to happen, but it would suck.
But it's worth thinking about.
Well,
it's
you gotta
worth
be ready
thinking
for it.
about.
This is what something that all sort of survivalists do.
Well, I guess because I'm enjoying this so much. We got claw guys.
Yeah,
We got
slugman.
Slugman, and unfortunately, I think we have to admit there'll be bug guys.
Oh, yuck.
There'll be bug guys.
There'll be buggos for sure. There'll be bug cunts.
and there'll be. And
Will they be able to fly?
short distances.
Yeah.
They're sort of
They're like elephant beetles.
Yeah, and you're like, ugh, and it makes a really gross noise.
Yeah, yeah.
It sounds like they're orgasming. They're like, oh, and you're like, oh, yuck, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't do that shit.
Yeah, can you fuck off?
Yeah, and claw chicks. Maybe slug girls would be the hottest girls because they're like thick,
Yeah, slug girls are
and they're
thick.
like, and it gives them the ick when they hear the bug guys.
Yeah, but it's like
flapping.
taboo to have sex with a slug girl. And your mate comes home and he's covered in slime, and you're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, what have you been doing? No,
dirty
fuck
dog.
off, nothing,
You dirty dog.
nothing."
And yeah, the bug guys, and they're really annoying, and it's sort of like that thing, it's like, oh, food and shit now. It's like we should be eating bugs, and everyone's like, ugh.
Yeah,
Yuck.
yeah.
Yeah, but seafood like we are,
Nothing wrong
good.
with it.
that's delicious.
Absolutely. I was thinking about eating crickets the other night for some reason.
Because we can hear them coming through the recording.
Oh, I can right now.
Yeah,
No, but I was thinking if I would do it, and I think I would.
yeah, I'll give it a go.
If
like all
you're
that stuff
drunk in
China.
Thailand, you're like,
yeah, but
fuck
it looks
it.
awesome.
It probably
they
tastes
drown
like
the shit in fucking chili sauce.
Yeah, you know those things. It's like a buja mix, or whatever it's called, and it's like you get it. People have it like it's like at Christmas. It's like weird little pretzel sticks.
Oh yeah,
And like
Yep, yeah.
like dried
trail mix
peas,
sort of
No,
thing.
like a trail mix, but
like
more
savoury.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
what I
I love
imagine
that shit.
crickets are like.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. They'd have a bit of a crunch.
Yeah, you would think so.
There'd be a sensation at first, where you're like, ooh.
I
But
think
then you'd lock in and you'd be like, this is all right.
you'd lock in guys like us,
Guys like us.
fucking clawmen, claw people.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, when we're clawed up.
I'll be
When we're clawed up, we're fucking gobbling crickets like nobody's business. What about frog guys?
amphibious creatures.
Yeah, like big tongue sort of guys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're sort of obviously, closer to the slug people.
Yeah, definitely. They kind of hang around the same sort of
Big
environments.
sort of toad blokes. Obviously, we're talking big game, we'd be claw people, but as Queenslanders, we probably would become toad people.
Big toad people.
Mm.
Well, that would put us as natural enemies to the
Bug
bug
guys,
people.
the cockroaches, the fucking blues,
Yeah.
New South Welsh people.
Yeah, that's true.
And we'd eat the shit out of them. And they'd taste so good if we had toad in us.
Yeah, they would. They are our
Fucking
natural
what
prey.
a treat.
That might be like the only sort of source of salt in the world is the bugs.
Oh, that's
So
true.
everyone's trying to fucking kill the bugs.
Good for us as toad people, actually, no salt as well.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
That's a
Maybe
way
I'd
to kill
prefer
a
to be.
toad.
I don't really like the idea of being.
I want to be a
amphibious.
don't get me wrong. I want to be a claw guy.
Yeah, I'm just worried about, especially as a frog, you have to worry about your skin drying out. And,
Imagine our tongue game though.
oh yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah, that's actually not bad.
Slug girls go crazy for toad guy,
Toad
tongue game.
Toad tongue game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And cross the
imagine
bar.
You're starting to win me over because having a strong toad-like tongue game
Yeah.
would actually be pretty fucking epic.
Dude, it would be so handy.
But the claw would be sweet.
Oh,
Choking
of course.
yourself. All right, I think we've done a podcast, mate.
Well, I mean, fuck. Yeah, you can't complain. Obviously, we were sawing it out last week, but we were all
I love this one.
ripped.
This
we
is a
were
great
ripped up
episode for me.
tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is back to rare form.
I hope you enjoyed it, everyone. Thanks for listening. What do you got going on, Huey?
Not too much.
Coopers.
Not much to plug. Coopers, come down to Coopers. I think both of us will be doing roadshow in different little places. So
Yeah, I'll be around in like northern or New South Wales area.
I'm going to be going to regional WA.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good spot if you want to build a bunker.
Oh, big time. And it's going to be fun. So I guess if you live in those areas, maybe see
See if
where
you can
we're
get out.
going.
I'll be in Brisbane the 21st of May until the 25th, and Cairns on the 26th of May. So if up in Brisbane or Cairns, I'll be at Good Chat in Brisbane and Laughing Heart in Cairns. So come along if you're in those beautiful fucking parts of this lovely country.
I'll be in Brisbane on Wednesday, but I'm just getting my teeth fixed.
Sweet, if you want to
So
go
if you
help
want to
Huey
watch that,
get his teeth fixed, hit him
that'd
up.
be pretty cool.
Great. What's wrong with your teeth?
I don't want to. I'll talk. Well, maybe
Alright.
we'll talk about it next time.
That's better private conversation.
Mm.
You can't be letting your weaknesses out there in the world.
Yeah.
Alright,
I don't
thanks
want to. It's because I'm grinding, bro.
Yeah.
24/7 grind for this fucking pod and this game.
Hell yeah, brother. Thanks for listening, everyone. Till next week.
Keep 'em up.